Good morning and welcome to part 4 of renovation of Churchill cottage. Now so far I've been very heavy with an emulsion paint called Snowfall by Crown, and I've been painting out all the beams and all the walls through the kitchen, the lobby, the hallway, and now in the dining room. And if you remember, I've painted and base coated with 3 coats the fireplace. It was a water-based stain on it anyway, so I lightly sanded it and then painted it with Snowfall 3 coats emulsion. And I've also done the chimney breast behind it as well. And so I'm ready for the next stage. So the next stage is to add a bit of depth to the fireplace, because although I do love it being the same colour as the wall, this lovely Snowfall colour, which is a putty, stone, earthy tone, I think it's too flat. So to bring a bit of richness to the fireplace, I want to add just a nice patina, really, just like an antique feel. So what I've done here is I have mixed with a graining liquid, water-based graining liquid, and a quick drying wood stain. I've mixed those together and a little bit of water, so it's quite a runny mixture. And all I am going to do is apply directly onto the emulsion finish, going in long strokes up and down. And what I will say you need to do for this is do parts, so do the side, because what I'm going to do once I've done this whole side, so that you don't see any joins, is I'm going to brush it on very liberally, getting into all of the detail of the wood, because it will show then all the texture and crevices that are in the wood. So all I do is literally do a very, very quick wash, like so. And then with a lint-free cloth, I'm going to wipe that off. And it depends how dark you want it, really. I just want this to have a very subtle antiquing feel to it, as though it's a bit aged, and so that it will show up some of the features of the wood. So you paint it on and then wipe it off straight away. If you want a heavy distress finish, you can leave it on to dry a bit before you wipe them off, or just keep adding layers and layers to make it darker and darker. But as you can see, it just adds another finish to it, and just adds a nice antiquing vibe. Let me do the front so you can see the front. So, let's turn the camera a bit. Cameras, the days when I had cameramen and a crew. That's just little old lonesome me. So, base coated, and when I say do a panel, I'm just going to do this front bit here so that there's no join. So only up to that bit there, for instance, and then on with the brush, very liberal. As you can see, I've taped up around so that I don't go on the wall, and then on with the brush, up and down. Try not to go back over what you've done, because all you'll be doing is adding more colour. Again, into all of the little nooks and crannies of the wood, up to that bit. So once you've covered your whole piece, you then get your cloth and wipe it off. And what I'm really trying to do is just add a little bit of character back. Now that I've stripped the character with emulsion from it being that awful, horrible wood stain that was on there, it's got a base coat of the wall, and all this does then is it brings out some detail in the wood. It adds a nice finish so it'll be wipeable, and it just gives that little antique feel, just so that it doesn't look like you've just absolutely washed everything with emulsion. I don't know how much that shows up on camera, but you'll see. Just keep rubbing it in, working it in. And then what you need to do is let the whole thing dry. And if you want a stronger finish and a more distressed finish, do it again and wipe less off, so that you're building up the layers, so you get a really lovely finish. Let me show you that difference. So as you can see, rather than just a flat Snowfall, we've now got a bit of texture to the wood on both sides. This is a piece that I'd already done. So leave me now. I'll finish this fireplace and then put some pictures of it finished. Ta-ra for now.